It's still here. After all these years. A lot smaller than I remember. And you're a lot bigger. You might have to swim, boy.
You two go on without me. I doubt that boat will hold a third.
If you're sure, hop in, boy. This place hasn't changed at all. The rookery's right through those trees. Come on. Brace you there. I bet I could still beat you. Here we are. This was our hideaway. Wasn't it, Torgal? Coming here helped me to forget who I was. Or wasn't. Prince, shield. Son his mother could love. Had I been any one of those things? Perhaps. What is it, boy? This is all from the castle. And Phoenix Gate. Did you bring these here? My sparring sword. Well. You never stopped looking for me, did you, boy? Thank you, Torgal. For never giving up. For never forgetting. Let's take this with us, shall we? So I don't forget either. That's not the way back to the boat, Torgal. All right. I think I know where we're going. People always talk about the importance of putting the past behind you, but without it, And we certainly can steer our way to a better tomorrow. Come on, Torgal. Sorry for the wait. We're ready. It's oil. After what happened here, it's a miracle there was any left at all. This should be enough. Let's hope one of the merchants here has what Gav needs. Excuse me.
Oh.
A silver chocobo.
Oh, or maybe not. There was a man stopped by the rest not long ago, near some gutted hovel. Most took him for a brag.
We'll see.
Anything catch your eye? There you go. Much obliged. Thanks very much. Much obliged. There you go. Much obliged. Take care out there, eh?
Just because the heavens have gone to Wrecken Road, it don't mean we have to. No.
Oh, dude, you've the look of a man who could do with a new...
I'm looking for...
That's the... No one has seen us. Word is, they were all hunted for their feathers. Some north... If any are still out there,
You're probably right.
It doesn't still hurt, does it?
Oh, 1,000 the cashew jars couldn't hurt me. Can I help you with...
You wouldn't happen to sell silver...
But if it's fancies you're after...
Was a silver chocobo?
Oh, yes.
It wouldn't be the first. A silver chocobo sighted in the hills near Rhiannon's Ride. It sounds almost too good to be true. But since I'm already here...
Ready, go?
Yeah!
for a change. More tracks. And these look fresh. The chocobo was here. I don't hear anything. Well, I'll be damned. It's all right. Just borrowing a feather for my friend. Thank you. Let's get this back to Gav before the...
Was no trouble at all.
Clive, how'd you get on?
Any luck, you say?
Crystals, where in that?
It's a long...
Right there on the road to eat.
Everything up there's been about the empty cabin made for the perfect shelter.
Don't blame yourself, Clive. They'll find a new home, after all. Anyway, what matters is, and now all that's...
I didn't know you could carve.
Like the fact I'm as good with a whittling knife, and that bone Ember gave me's a dream to work with.
But it weren't your Avis, Sid. I slew one of my own at last.
So all those long nights in the pit finally bore fruit.
Don't speak too soon.
There we go. What do you think?
I think if you ever hang up your scouting cap, you'll be able to make it.
Oh, will I? I should go and see if Edison...
Give it my best.
You can give it...
I don't want Gav to give up being a scout, honest.
I was just about to go in. But then I thought it might be more...
How are you feeling?
Well.
Wrong.
Go on. Did you make it?
We did. It's a good luck charm. I mean, a baby. Oh,
I thank you, my lord.
If there's anything you need,
I will.
fancy a swift off.
I could be convinced. Don't you think you've had enough?
No, we're celebrating. I'm gonna be a father.
I think Edda might have something to say about that.
You know what I mean. Bit of light in these dark times. Wasn't long after me 10th name day. My mum told us she was with child again. I was over the fucking moon. I was looking forward to having a little one to lord it over. What with me being the runt of the litter. thought I'd finally have a chance to prove to the world that I could be a big brother. Imperials came the day she went into labour. Had myself a baby sister. And then I didn't. My whole family gone in a blink, while I hid in the cellar like the spineless little arsehole I was. Great brother I turned out to be. I'll never be a leader. And I'll never be a hero. I'm just a daft little dog who comes running when his master calls. I'll never be like you, or Sid, or Jill, or even Torgal.
Have you finished?
Maybe.
Do you know why you're our best scout? Because you don't need anyone to hold your hand. Without your resourcefulness, your courage, your determination, I don't know where we'd be. Maybe hanging off a cliff like,
That was only the once.
Exactly. You learned from it. And here you are after Founder knows how many missions, stronger for everyone. And let's not forget Rosalith. Who was it who freed me from the dungeon? Who was it who ran to Jill's rescue?
That would be me.
Because you're our brother, Gav. My brother.
Your brother.
Which means that when the time comes,
I get your room. And your sword. I may have had one too many.
you may have had 10 too many.
I said I was thirsty. Better get back to work anyway, after I walk this off. Clive?
What is it?
Thanks for, you know.
I know.
Faster!
Time to fight. Here we are again. Carava. If you were a tortoise, Torgor, where would you hide? It looks like we found him. Farewell. I better get these materials to Mid so she can finish her prototype. Mid?
You make it.
Tell me.
It's most of what I need. And a cogwheel. Gear's that small are a bastard to make, and...
Wait, the children. Now that I think about it,
The young'uns? But why would they... I'll keep working on the model.
Sid!
She wasn't hiding. She's just busy working on it.
A new invention. Is it an ash?
Do you think she'll let us help?
That just so happens to be why I'm here. A brass gear.
Oh!
We saved it, just in...
Since your lesson, we've been distant. All the pieces that are left over, we keep on...
That's...
Look! I found it! Is that all?
That's all for now. But I'll...
Thanks, Sid.
Well?
They did.
Will it work?
What exactly...
Only the most... The wings aren't going to move on their own. But with... Well... That should do it. Here goes nothing. Titan's tits.
It wasn't supposed to fly, was it?
Of course it was supposed to fly. Wouldn't be much of an airship if it didn't. Honestly, these bloody engines are driving me mad. I was so sure this would be the day she soared. The mithril engine was made to make dreams come true. But maybe this is one dream the world's better off without. Show folk how to take flying. It won't be long till they're raining death down on each other. People will lose their homes, children, their mums and their dads. Like I lost mine.
I'm sorry.
So am I, Clive. So am I. Sorry that I have to choose. Do I follow my head, or do I follow my heart?
Good question. The first time I stood on the deck of your ship, felt the wind in my hair. It was like I was flying. But imagine how it would feel to actually do it.
My dad always said there were two ways of living life. Chasing a dream or shuffling to your grave. And he were right. Right about a lot of things. Not that I like to admit it. People need dreams to chase. Especially in a world like this. Right. When this is over, I'm gonna take all my mithril engines to Zemeckis and sling them over the edge. I won't have my dream end up turning into someone else's nightmare.
But all that hard work...
All that hard work will not be used for war, Jamie. But it ain't like it'll be gone. Tell me, Clive, have you ever been on a treasure hunt?
Not since Joshua and I were boys. Why do you ask?
Because I'm gonna bury the engine schematics and leave behind a little riddle telling people where to find them. A really hard one, so that only the most dedicated dreamers will ever be able to work it out. Ooh, I can picture it now. Some daft general squinting at the words with a gormless expression on his mug. Like that one, yeah.
Right.
Of course, if I'm putting this engine at the end of a trek, won't be much of a prize if it couldn't even... But it in the size of a dream that's important. And I reckon I've got a
I'm sure you...
Your Grace?
Cyril.
Yes. If you would do us the honor, my lord.
An inheritance.
It would seem the late Archduke,
The day before we left for Phoenix Gate.
What are these plans
his plans for the duchy, Your Grace. Your father entrusted them to my predecessor. The complete, immense, but your father's dream did not end there. His Grace also, with the blight spreading ever more widely across the twins, Archduke Elwin.
He wished to see men and bearers treated as equals. Small wonder he did not think it achievable within his life.
But he thought it achievable nonetheless. Nor would he have entrusted his vision to his most faithful, those who would have stood with you, shielded you from the machinations of
It's a pity only they are still with us.
'Tis true, but one at least remains.
What do you mean?
Mayhap it is better that, after all, the duties entrusted to me by my predecessor extend.
And where is this woman?
She awaits you in the archive, Your Grace.
Thank you, Cyril. Shall we then?
My lord. I am Goditha, retainer of House Ros. Your father, the Archduke Elwin, entrusted me with the
Lift up your head, lady. You have our gratitude.
I merely did my duty.
My lady.
What exactly is...
As I'm sure you know, it has long been the custom for the children of House Ros.
Indeed it has.
And had he lived to see it, he would have presented you with the treasures I bear. Alas, he did not live. He had intended to claim the Heartstone with which each arm bound, but it was not to be.
I see.
It saddens me to bring... It was your father's wish that you be presented with, but with his grace long since gone. You are grown men, and while I would not presume to insist, I know that nothing...
Thank you.
What say you, Clark?
What else? Of course, my lady.
Oh, I am...
Do you know where we might find it?
I do. It is found in the bellies of elder... We do at least know where to find one. A certain
You
You are most perceptive, Your Grace. In fact, this is the very same beast your father meant to... Were you to slay it in his stead?
What say you?
What else? Titan's Wake is to the south of here. But we must not be hasty. The good lady has been disappointed. It's already.
Lord Marquis?
What is it?
One of our brethren lately journeyed across the... He sent an owl
Was he surveying an...
No. The object of his study was an ancient religion that, by gaining an understanding of this new faith...
And so you sent one of your brothers to Ash?
I entrusted the mission to one of the most able of our order. Though he has been silent for some days now, yet it seemed only for, as you so earnestly advised me...
But Ash is a big place.
Perhaps. The last owl I received, Mickleburg was its... It lies in the... If aught ill...
Right.
You are Go then, with my hopes.
If this new faith really is an offshoot of the Circle of Malleus, then...
Let's concentrate on finding the third chair first, shall we? Eyes peeled, Joshua.
There it is.
For House Rossfield. Is this the Heartstone?
I expect Lady Goditha will know.
Oh, thank the Griffin is...
And the Heartstone.
Yes, this radiant luster light. Thank you, my lord. Your father would...
Lady Goditha.
Thank you, Cyril. If you would excuse me. The armbands are capri. Heartstone is harder and more enduring than gold. And the graven vines in...
It's a message. Enemies who would thwart his vision.
And only if we stood together.
Indeed. But this was more... It was a promise.
Thank you for remaining the steadfast.
Forgive me, my lady. There is something I don't... The Undying told me that after Father died, even if the armbands were incomplete, so...
Because I was the keeper of the vault. Though of the deep love he had for both. In the days before the disaster at Phoenix Gate, I discovered that I tried to warn your father, but it was when word of the fire reached Rosalith, I knew my time.
And thank the...
Yet my duty to your father was incomplete. Not knowing what else to do, and so my pursuit continued. He informed me that His Grace's will had been...
Lady Goditha.
As do I.
Thank you, my... for coming back.
The bands suit you well. It must be gratifying to finally
It is.
If you would permit me to play let him see that you have received.
I suppose it would be... What do you say, Clive?
I was hoping to be able to...
Your father's helm is enshrined there. Since the day I prithee, claim it. And I do not doubt that your father would...
Thank you, Cyril. Come on, Clive. Unwavering will and an unbreakable bond. Do you really think we're strong enough?
Save the world? Of course. To have overcome Father's political enemies. Of that I'm less certain. Especially knowing what we know now. What Mother was truly capable of. Perhaps these bands would have helped. Knowing he was with us would have made all the difference.
It's just back there. Father always fought for what he believed was right. It wasn't until that night at Phoenix Gate that I realized I had never fought for anything. I always had someone else to do the fighting for me.
No matter how fate conspired against him, he never lost heart, never looked back, never stopped fighting. To me, he was the greatest of men. And I've been trying to live up to his ideals ever since.
We all have, Clive. We all have. And we'll keep trying. Because that's what he would have wanted.
What he would have done himself. Even if it meant standing against the very gods in the heavens.
I shall be borrowing this, Father, if I may. That you might watch over us as we follow in your footsteps.
We won't lay you down.
Onward then.
Onward. To the end.
And to a new beginning.
the hell would Victor take? Here to help me pack. Thanks, but I'll be trapped.
You're really going to...
I am, but before...
If it's within my power.
It's the children, and if I leave them here, they surely will. I can think of only one place where they are.
Of course.
Thank you, Clive.
Lubor!
What is it, Ferda?
There's been a flood in the Velcroy. The League of Outlaws encampment was
What?
Every last one of the bastards.
Bandits are one thing, but Akashic... We need to evacuate. Ferda, gather them. The Akashic may strike at any moment. Well?
Yes, my lord.
Clive, the children stay with me for now. I need to tell them to prepare for a...
Understood.
I'll do what I can to convince... You have to listen to me. They're coming. You need to...
Why do they always have to make such a fuss? What do you want?
To pass on, there's been an ether flood. The camp with the so-called League of Out, they're no longer just bandits. You need to begin preparing...
Oh, do we?
Lubor, perhaps? You may believe his lies.
But why would he lie?
Some twisted if he had not been unmasked, a great honor for one he might well feel a...
Lord Underhill, forgive. Lubor cannot be trusted.
You may not trust me. If there is any chance that this is...
There isn't. Now be off.
You're making a mistake.
Come, Clive. If our words will not move them, then we must find another way to help save the town.
You're right. Let's speak to Lord Ferda.
I think we'd better shut up.
What's Lubor raving about now?
Lord Ferda.
Sid.
I went to warn Conrad and Natalie. They've convinced themselves that nothing... The bloody... Which means the town guard can't be kept, but I can. You only have to...
I appreciate... Sid!
Victor?
I couldn't abandon, and Lubor is in need at this very moment.
You have to believe me! The Akashic are coming! They don't eat, they don't sleep, they don't tire, and they don't care who they kill. They're unlike anything that's come before. There won't be no parley, no mercy granted! We may have saved the town once, but this is different. I do not ask that you forgive me, but please believe me. If you do not run, you will die. You will all fucking die!
You'd like that, wouldn't you, bearer?
Yeah, with us out of the way, your kind will be free to claim Dalamil for yourselves.
You should run!
Run, bearer!
Yeah, run! Far, far away!
Run!
Just go, Bearer!
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes! Go!
Go on, then.
Go on! Go!
Just go.
Lubor.
Wait. Someone's coming.
Go.
Come on!
Stop! You're hurting him! What did Lubor ever do to you? He solves all your stupid problems and he keeps all of you safe. You know there's nothing he wouldn't do for this town. Who was it who made that cleaver you use every day, Conrad? And what about your counting table, Natalie? Who fixed that? Whose men make sure the streets are clean so all your boots don't get dirty?
Who spends all day, every day making sure things run smoothly round here? And none of you ever say thank you. Ever.
But did Lubor ever complain? Well, does he ever stop smiling?
He keeps this whole place going. And you act like he doesn't even exist.
Lubor, we've heard enough.
No!
We will not run. The town guard will not abandon the very place it is sworn to protect.
And I will not give up for lost the stores that we labored so hard to fill.
So tell us, how do you propose we deal with these Akashic of yours?
We won't run, but we will fight.
All right, then.
Fine. Gather round if you don't want to die.
Allow me to explain the situation. The ether flood occurred near the village of Cheratina, deep in the Velcroy. The place had been abandoned for years, until the League of Outlaws. Now they're all turned, and if the scouts' reports are correct, heading in this direction.
They are mindless monsters. Driven with the bandits, we at least knew how when these creatures come. Dalamil will... The town guard will muster at the north gate. Both forces will provide men to serve as scouts and messengers, ready to spread word of the size, and as soon as it has been, Conrad.
Always.
I leave the selection and court and the command of our men. Consider it
as you wish.
Natalie, I would ask that you and your people have... And tell the merchants not to waste time securing anything beside the ascent. As long as we survive, our riches can be regained. And if anyone doubts that, let it be known that the Briar's Kiss...
Very well.
Where do I fit into...
Where else? But I would like you to travel to the home of our main host is most likely still there.
A little gardening.
I doubt it. I have a feeling...
Luckily, so...
So you... All right, then. Now it's...
Looks like everyone's ready. I'd better not keep them waiting.